Welcome back to Best AI Updates, the channel where we break down what's actually happening in artificial intelligence, why it matters, and how it's quietly reshaping the tech you use every day. Today's episode is packed. We're talking about AI assistants moving directly into your laptop and phone hardware, smart glasses that can literally read your thoughts through muscle signals, robots that are learning how to think more like humans, and GPUs that are turning your PC into a real-time AI factory. This is one of those weeks where the future doesn't feel theoretical anymore. It feels deployed. Let's start with Lenovo. Lenovo unveils Qira AI assistant for laptops and Motorola phones. Lenovo has officially unveiled Qira, its new AI assistant designed to live directly inside Lenovo laptops and Motorola smartphones. Now, before you think yet another chatbot, let's slow down, because Qira isn't positioned as a website or an app. Lenovo is treating this as a system-level AI companion. Think of it less like opening a browser tab, and more like having an intelligent operating system layer that understands what you're doing across apps, files, and devices. Qira is designed to work on-device as much as possible, meaning a lot of processing happens locally instead of being sent to the cloud. That's important for two reasons: privacy and speed. A good analogy here is autocorrect versus Google search. Autocorrect happens instantly because it's running locally. Google search is powerful, but it has latency because it has to go somewhere else. Lenovo is trying to give Qira more autocorrect energy than search engine energy. Qira can summarize documents, help draft emails, manage system settings using natural language, and even coordinate tasks between your laptop and phone. For example, you might start researching something on your laptop and then ask Qira on your phone to continue where you left off, without manually syncing anything. This reflects a bigger industry shift. AI assistants are moving away from being chat-only tools and toward being context engines, systems that understand what you're working on, not just what you typed. And Lenovo is clearly betting that AI assistants will soon be a deciding factor when people choose hardware. Meta unveils Ray-Ban display teleprompter and EMG handwriting at CES 2026. Meta had one of the more futuristic reveals at CES this year, expanding its Ray-Ban smart glasses in two major ways. First, a built-in display teleprompter. This means text can appear directly in your field of view, subtle, transparent, and aligned with where you're looking. If you've ever watched a news anchor read smoothly off camera, that's essentially what this is, but now it's wearable. Creators can glance at talking points while recording. Professionals can see reminders during presentations. And eventually, this could become a form of ambient information, directions, translations, or contextual notes appearing exactly when you need them. The second feature is even wilder: EMG-based handwriting input. EMG stands for electromyography. In simple terms, it measures the electrical signals produced by your muscles. Meta's system can detect tiny muscle movements in your arm and hand, even if your fingers barely move, and translate those signals into digital handwriting or commands. A useful analogy is voice recognition, but for muscles instead of sound. Just like microphones can pick up subtle differences in your voice to understand words, EMG sensors can pick up subtle muscle signals to understand intent. You don't need to type or tap. Your body becomes the input device. This is especially important for accessibility, but it also points toward a future where interfaces become invisible. No keyboard, no touchscreen, just intent. Meta is clearly positioning smart glasses not as gadgets, but as the next major computing platform. Sony patents AI that can autoplay games when you're stuck. Sony has filed a patent for AI technology that can automatically take over gameplay when a player gets stuck. This doesn't mean the AI beats the game for you, at least not entirely. The idea is more like having a hyper-skilled friend grab the controller for a minute to get you past a frustrating section. The AI observes how the game is played, understands the mechanics of a specific challenge, and then executes the required actions to progress. From a technical standpoint, this combines reinforcement learning, where AI learns by trial and error, with real-time game state analysis. If that sounds abstract, think of it like GPS navigation. You're still driving the car, but if you miss a turn, the system recalculates and gets you back on track. Sony's AI is a gameplay recalculator. This raises interesting questions about difficulty, accessibility, and even speedrunning. But it also reflects something deeper. AI systems are getting good at procedural skill, not just language or images. Playing a game well requires timing, strategy, and adaptability. That's a big deal. Boston Dynamics partners with Google DeepMind. Boston Dynamics has announced a partnership with Google DeepMind to advance AI intelligence in humanoid robots. Boston Dynamics already builds some of the most impressive robots on the planet, machines that can run, jump, balance, and recover from falls. But movement alone isn't intelligence. DeepMind brings advanced reasoning, planning, and learning systems to the table. You can think of this partnership as combining a world-class body with a world-class brain. DeepMind's AI models specialize in understanding goals, predicting outcomes, and learning from experience. When applied to humanoid robots, this means machines that don't just follow pre-programmed motions, but adapt to new environments and tasks. Instead of telling a robot how to pick up every object, you give it a goal: clean this room, and it figures out the steps. This is one of the clearest signals yet that general-purpose robots are moving from research labs toward real-world usefulness. NVIDIA unveils DLSS 4.5, G-Sync Pulsar, and RTX upgrades. NVIDIA continues to dominate the intersection of gaming and AI, with several major announcements at CES. Let's start with DLSS 4.5. DLSS, Deep Learning Supersampling, uses AI to render games at lower resolutions and then upscale them with neural networks. The result is higher frame rates with minimal visual loss. An analogy: instead of painting every pixel by hand, DLSS sketches the image and lets AI fill in the details based on experience. Version 4.5 improves motion clarity, reduces artifacts, and better handles fast-moving scenes, making it especially useful for competitive gaming and VR. If you want to stay ahead of where this is going, make sure you're subscribed to Best AI Updates. Don't forget to hit that like button, and we'll keep breaking it all down, clearly, honestly, and without the hype. Thanks for watching. See you in the next update.